Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. It's week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Carson Wentz and the Indianapolis Colts versus Drew Lock and the Seattle Seahawks.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Colts getting ready to take over for the first time. And you're going to look at their 6-year quarterback in his first season wearing the horseshoe. It's Carson Wentz.
And Carson Wentz made the move from Philadelphia to Indianapolis back in mid-February. His last season as an Eagle. Not one that he wants to remember. He's now reunited with his former offensive coordinator and current Colts head coach Frank Reich and gets to play behind one of the best offensive lines in football. A great place to resurrect his career.
A pass there over the middle to start things out. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Carson Wentz had Zach Ertz and later Dallas Goedert during his time in Philadelphia as excellent tight ends. But I think he'll grow to like Jack Doyle as well with the Colts. That connection there gives him a first down.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
2nd and 10. Here's Wentz to throw. Finding some room at midfield. And Wentz going to slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Wentz going to give this to Taylor. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, 34 yards. And the Colts are on the board here first in the season opener. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you got game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. Here come the Seahawks and their offense now under veteran head coach Pete Carroll. They're led out by their 3rd-year quarterback from Missouri, Drew Lock.
And I think that everyone is looking forward to seeing Drew Lock take the next step in the quarterback evolutionary process. Decision-making is something that he's working on improving because he's got plenty of arm and makes excellent off-platform throws. What he's seeking now, to be consistent in all of his processes.
And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Quincy Wilson in on the stop. From the 25 on second down. Locke. He finds Ursua. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Oh, nice move. Gets through and now an opening. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Oh, you Kareem Hunt. We know you've got the power. We know you've got the speed. Now how about that? Show us a little bit of that wiggle in there. How about that one, partner?
Can you imagine trying to tackle that? Yeah, I'll stay up here with you. Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. They look to throw. It's Locke. First down and much more here for Jones. And he gets this one down to the 24. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
From the gun on third down, Locke. And this will be Metcalf. They're going to make the grab. And the Seahawks just an extra one away from tying this thing up. And man, trying to talk about singing something in there on those gloves. They with one-handed catches the fun stuff. Then he padding for a rocket like that.
What do you think? I guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
A little stinger, but a touchdown. Jason Myers now for the extra point. It's up and good. So he catch touchdowns here in the first quarter. We're tied 7-7. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it all culminates with a final score. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. They were successful last time getting in the end zone on their opening drive of the season. They'll get another shot here for the 1st and 10. Shotgun that one in. That's complete to the right back, Naeem Hines. Completion good for 6 yards. And they'll make it a second down. Jarring and free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now if you're an offensive
10. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. This one fielded at the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. Block now on first down. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. A carry here for Hunt. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Here's Locke. His throw incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Touchdown, Seahawks. DK Metcalf. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Now Myers for the extra point. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as Ed sails over the end line. Now Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense retake center stage. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now.
Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And this one will be brought back to the 22. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his 2nd one.
On first down, Hunt, and he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. You don't see that a ton, do you? Or the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. sees that the ball's moved to the middle, and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. They'll run with Hunt. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DJ Dallas. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Well, it was 2nd and goal. You're in there close. That's the fullback's comfort zone.
Not only is it his comfort zone, it's an expectation. That's what he's supposed to do. Turn and hand it to him. Big guys fire out. Find your way into the end zone.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Coaches, they're on the sideline thinking about all the little things that need correcting. But for the most part, they've got to be ecstatic with the way this season has started out.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead is now 24. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who could make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. After the turnover, here's Locke. He's got his big tight end, Fant. Touchdown! Noah Fant, 42 yards. And the interception by the Seahawks D leads to a touchdown.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. He's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone. This guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead will swell by 1 more. They certainly made quick work of that. Ultra quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see. Just 1 play resulting in the touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. From the 35 on 2nd down, Wentz, and he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Wentz going to throw. I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. DK Metcalf for the Seattle offense about set to take over once again. And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he's really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. Never want to give up a 100-yard rusher, a 100-yard receiver. He's closing in on 200 yards. Wow, that's a really big game.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. On the return, it's Rodgers. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes are pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. They get him that time thanks to the safety blitz as he sank for a loss of 4. Well, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
After the sack on 1st down, Wentz will get this off to Taylor. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. To throw is Wentz. He'll buy some time right. Oh, a heck of a... Puts it on the carpet, it's out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Tough into that play. He had his eyes guys on that first down marker, but he lost his luggage along the way.
Left it behind, so to speak. I like your analogy there, but here's the key. As he's maneuvering, as he's picking up the first down, as he's gaining yardage, what's the one thing he forgot about?
Ball security.
Exactly. Everything else working perfectly, and he forgot the most important piece.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense, diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Oh, here Lockett with a chance to run it. Runs over it. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Now we'll run with Dallas. And, oh, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him the first down.
Face mask, defense.
Well, you hate that defensively. They had it pretty well corralled, but the face mask, that obviously changes things.
Yeah, it's a bit frustrating because you feel like you did everything right. You had him stop, but the hand gets up just a little too high, and the natural inclination is to hold on, and that's going to get called every time.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Throwing now is Locke. This complete to Lockett. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple... And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. So, CD, big changes for 2021. Of course, last year we had the expansion from 6 to 7 teams in each conference making the playoffs. This year, the headline, the addition of a 17th regular season. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Well, I think it's back to the drawing board, or should I say in today's game, the Surface tablet after this drive. 3 plays, they go backwards. They look like they've gotten something going right there, but they'll have to punt the football away to end this one.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Fielded just inside the 30. Oh, able to avoid him. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Finds a seam inside the 40. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Kareem Hunt, 51 yards. And the Seahawks are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
We know it's primarily a passing league now, but anytime a runner breaks one like that, you've got to have a secondary that can find a way to him and find a way to get him on the ground. Absent of that, he's going to find the end zone every time.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Colts football, and Michael Pittman, helmet back on and ready to go. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well, and they're really excited he has no catches, but they're also worried because a lot of times that's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Working from the gun, Wentz. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
10th season now in the NFL for T.Y. Hilton, all of them with the Colts, and he went over the 600-catch mark last year for his career. He continues to be a reliable target downfield for Colts' new quarterback, Carson Wentz.
Into the red zone. Wentz throws this one right side to Pascal. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. This goes out right to Doyle. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We begin in Nashville, Music City. Julio Jones' debut as a Titan, Arizona taking on Tennessee. And it's the Titans with the lead in the second quarter of play. Derrick Henry has a touchdown run. We'll stay in the AFC South as we make the trip to Houston to check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting Jags who are out in front. The rookie Trevor Lawrence has a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting 49ers who are out in front. 2 touchdown passes there for Jimmy Garoppolo. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Cotton and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And the Bucs ready to go here to begin the third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
They fake the handoff, now Locke. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. A big connection on that one. 34 yards. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Clock now to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run it with Jones. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf with now. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for the 1st down with Hunt. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive linemen, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try and make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip. 58 Mike, 58 Mike.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
On 2nd and 7, Locke. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. A field goal would tie it, but they want more. They're going for it. On the ground, it's Dallas. And not only did he not get in the end zone, he didn't get the 1st down either. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. Wentz. That's into the hands of Pascal. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Wentz's throw complete here to Doyle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column, but as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
7 yards, the pickup there. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it. Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Now Wentz again. Out of his hands quickly to Pittman. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
And 40 catches as a rookie for Michael Pittman. He overcame some early injury problems and really developed into a reliable target as the season went on. The son of a former running back, that's what he looks like after the catch.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. To try again after the sack, Wentz. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off at the 12. And the return will stop right around the 25. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
Locke's throw into the hands of Fant. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A big play that time on the catch and run.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Locke going to throw it here.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Out to his left. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Well, yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, Mike, 58, right there. Man, that's trash. That's trash. And 58 is a Mike. Go 58.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Second and 11. To throw it is Locke. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Open man is Ursula. And he had to get this down to the 15. He won't make it. He's a yard or two short. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Seahawks, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they will head home next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Los Angeles Rams.